Good evening from San Ignacio Town. With the 9 o'clock news, I am Patrick Jones. In the headlines, House of Representatives approves settlement agreement for BEL expropriation. Burglary reported in San Pedro Town, and Tide provides economic assistance to women in the Toledo district. Stay tuned for details of these and other stories coming up after these messages.
The Belize Tire Depot, your one-stop destination. What you will find is a first-class selection of solid, dependable, quality products from the names you can trust. We carry a full line of urea and SureTech tools and equipment to meet every need, from light maintenance around the house to heavy-duty fieldwork. Our tire workshop features the full array of Pirelli, Nexen, and Nankang tires for every vehicle and any terrain. Our trained technicians' #1 priority is to ensure you and your family's safety and security on the road. It's all here at the Belize Tire Depot. From reliable equipment, world-class time-tested tires, to sturdy, durable tools. Merchandise that's built to last with quality guaranteed.
Are you always on the go? Tired of missing your favorite games while they're actually being played? Watch your games and sporting events live with Central TV and Internet's incredible MyTV. Simply log on to www.mitv.bz to get easy access to 25 channels, no matter where you are. With Central TV and Internet's MyTV, you're always in the game.
More vehicle owners are switching to the PureGuard line of motor oils, and with good reason. PureGuard comes in different grades and specifications. It carries the API certification and comes with the Westrac stamp of approval, guaranteed to make your engine run cleaner and longer, up to 10,000 miles. With PureGuard motor oil, your engine will have less wear and tear, give you maximum performance on the road, and give your vehicle better fuel mileage.
PureGuard, good quality, affordable oil.
Distributed exclusively by Westrac Limited, with branches in Spanish Lookout, Belmopan, Belize City, and Orange Walk Town. Here now is the news in details. The House of Representatives met in special session today in Belmopan. The main item on the agenda was a settlement agreement brought to Parliament by the Prime Minister to compensate Fortis Incorporated of Canada for the nationalization of BEL in June of 2011. As we have reported previously, Prime Minister Dean Barrow announced on Monday that an agreement was reached to make a one-time cash payment of $70 million Belize dollars to the former owners of BEL and to offer them a 33% shareholding in the now state-controlled utility company. But it needs full parliamentary approval. Hence, the agreement was brought to the House this morning by the Prime Minister in the form of the Electricity Acquisition Settlement Bill 2015. The bill is for an act to facilitate the implementation of the terms of a deal of settlement and compromise between the government of Belize and Fortis arising from the acquisition in the national interest of the shares that Fortis held in BEL back in June of 2011.
What's happening today closes the circle and represents final vindication of the government's policy and philosophy with respect to ownership, Belizean ownership, Belizean patrimonial ownership of the essential utility companies in this country. Now here it is that despite what the critics and the naysayers had to say at the time, here it is that we've, as I indicated, completed the circle and are today about the business of passing an act which will see the challenge of Fortis, the company from which we'd acquired the shares, withdraw its CCJ challenge, withdraw its questioning of the legitimacy of the acquisition, and confirm and underline, as is mandated by the Constitution of this country, confirm and underline that now and forevermore, BEL in the majority will belong to the people and government. Mr. Speaker, to achieve such an objective, I don't know how anyone could stop to count the cost in dollars and cents. But for those who do, let me correct the blatant miscalculations, the wrong sums, the mathematical stupidity that I've heard coming from some quarters. The government of Belize is now paying 70 million Belize dollars for 37% of BEL. That's what it comes down to. We acquired 70, we're giving back 33, and we are remaining with 37%. That together with the SSB shareholding means that the public ownership of BEL is something like 61% of the shareholding. But in terms of the particular 37% which the government now gets to keep, we're paying Fortis $70 million. That is the totality of the cash settlement of their claim for compensation. That is it. That's all. There are no side deals. There are no hidden costs. That's not the modus operandi of this government.
And while that was the foundation upon which the agreement was brought to Parliament, the opposition People's United Party was looking for more disclosure. PUP leader Francis Fonseca led the charge.
First of all, Mr. Speaker, let us not forget that the same Fortis that the Prime Minister now embraces today as a strategic investor, he attacked and chastised in 2011 in furtherance of his expropriation, of their assets in the face of a PUC engineered crisis. What hypocrisy, Mr. Speaker. Secondly, Mr. Speaker, it is public information, I've read it in the IMF reports, that the government of Belize offered Fortis, their offer to Fortis was payment of Belize $75 million for the full 70% of the shares that had been acquired. That was some 48,473,737 shares. That was the official offer from the government of Belize. 75 million Belize dollars for 70% of the shares. This, Mr. Speaker, was based on the advice of their expert, NERA Economic Consulting of London, who placed a value of Belize $1.54 per share. That was the government's expert placing a value on these shares, and that was the offer made to Fortis. So this, Mr. Speaker, is a premium of Belize $1.20 on the valuation given by the government's very own experts, NERA. True, Fortis claimed much more, but clearly that was to be expected by the property owners. They will always highball you. The issue of concern to the Belizean people, Mr. Speaker, is that this UDP administration paid far more per share than they were advised to pay by NERA, their own consultants.
The agreement now goes to the Senate for ratification on Friday. 5 underage boys have been detained by San Pedro police pending investigations of a burglary this past weekend. The caretaker of a house in the Boca del Rio area went to the police yesterday to report that the house he was looking after was broken into sometime between Friday night and Monday morning. The caretaker reported that assorted electronic items and tools with a combined value of $4,517 were stolen. On Tuesday, police say they recovered some of the items valued at $2,582. They have also detained a group of boys ranging in ages from 11 to 17 years old, pending investigations. Authorities are also looking for 2 more juveniles as their investigation of the incident continues. There was a road traffic accident on Tuesday evening on the Hummingbird Highway just outside of Belmopan. According to reports received, a passenger bus had just left the bus terminal around 5 o'clock yesterday evening, heading towards Belize City. The information we received is that as the bus approached an area near the Shanghai service station on the Hummingbird Highway, it swerved to avoid a collision with an SUV. Collision could not be avoided and the 2 vehicles crashed. And based on the information we received from one of the passengers on the bus, it ran off the road and crashed into a lamp post. Preliminary information we received is that only minor injuries were sustained by passengers on the bus. The occupants of the SUV, however, suffered more serious injuries. They were taken to the Western Regional Hospital in Belmopan for treatment. The passenger bus belonged to Belize Bus Owners Cooperative. Police have not yet issued any information on this incident. 3 men have been reported missing at sea. According to family members, 20-year-old Donovan Usher, 29-year-old Giovanni Murillo, and 33-year-old Jerome Bowen went on a trip to Turnef Island on the morning of August 27th. The 3 men left in a red and green 18-foot Mexican skiff named Twister, which is equipped with a 50-horsepower Yamaha outboard engine, and they have not returned. Donovan Usher is of East Indian descent, light complexion, low haircut, about 5 feet 6 inches in height, has dark brown eyes and a tattoo on the right side of his neck marked "Rest in Peace, Dominique." Giovanni Murillo is of brown complexion, has brown eyes, stands 5 feet 6 inches tall, weighs about 167 pounds, has a low haircut, a mustache, slightly bearded, and was last seen wearing a gray Dickies pants, a white t-shirt, and black Old Navy slippers. Meanwhile, Jerome Bowen is of dark complexion, has a shoulder-length dreadlocks, slim built, stands about 5 feet 7 inches tall, and has the number 20 tattooed on his stomach and Thug Life tattooed on his right hand. Police investigations continue. You're watching the 9 o'clock news. Stay tuned for more of the day's stories right after these messages.
Are you always on the go? Tired of missing your favorite games while they're actually being played? Watch your games and sporting events live with Central TV and Internet's incredible MyTV. Simply log on to www.mitv.bz to get easy access to 25 channels, no matter where you are. With Central TV and Internet's MyTV, you're always in the game.
More vehicle owners are switching to the PureGuard line of motor oils, and with good reason. PureGuard comes in different grades and specifications. It carries the API certification and comes with the Westrac stamp of approval, guaranteed to make your engine run cleaner and longer, up to 10,000 miles. With PureGuard motor oil, your engine will have less wear and tear, give you maximum performance on the road, and give your vehicle better fuel mileage.
PureGuard, good quality, affordable oil.
Distributed exclusively by Westrac Limited, with branches in Spanish Lookout, Belmopan, Belize City, and Orange Walk Town.
The Belize Tire Depot, your one-stop destination. What you will find is a first-class selection of solid, dependable, quality products from the names you can trust. We carry a full line of urea and SureTech tools and equipment to meet every need, from light maintenance around the house to heavy-duty fieldwork. Our tire workshop features the full array of Pirelli, Nexen, and Nankang tires for every vehicle and any terrain. Our trained technicians' #1 priority is to ensure you and your family's safety and security on the road. It's all here at the Belize Tire Depot. From reliable equipment, world-class time-tested tires, to sturdy, durable tools. Merchandise that's built to last with quality guaranteed.
Welcome back to the 9 o'clock news. A project for the rehabilitation of bathroom facilities at the Chan Pine Ridge Government School in the Orange Walk District has been completed. The refurbishment project was carried out at a cost of $58,000, with financing provided via a loan from the Caribbean Development Bank. The project was executed by the Social Investment Fund in collaboration with the Ministry of Education as part of its mandate to work in line with the government's strategy in addressing the basic needs of Belizeans in the area of primary education. The project included the construction of a septic tank and drain field, as well as replacement of existing fixtures, replacement of windows, upgrading of the bathroom electrical system, painting of walls along with floor and wall tiling. According to a press release from SIF, additionally, 2 water reservoirs were connected to the plumbing system to serve as backup in the event of a shortage of water supply. The inauguration of the upgraded facilities at the Chan Pine Ridge Government School was held this afternoon. The school has a student body of 549. The Toledo Institute for Development and the Environment, TIDE, continues to assist with community development in the South. Recently, the conservation organization, which is based in Punta Gorda town, assisted a women's group in rural Toledo to be able to achieve economic sustainability. Here is more courtesy our colleagues at PGTV.
What happened today was a official handing over of the fruit drying facility and its equipment to the ladies whose group name is the Toledo Women's Food Security Company.
Okay.
And they are going to take over and work with all this equipment.
Okay. And who initiative was this, if I could ask, how did this come about?
Well, I've been in the district a long time drying fruit.
Okay.
And somehow through the contacts it became a project in the end, and so the initiative is both TIDE, who did the actual grant production, and myself as the guy who put the technique together.
What's the next step after this?
The next step is to get this marketed and to see how to make the thing grow.
Okay. And in the last word to the public,
you've probably seen this product before because it'll come out under the same label that I was using called Fruitful, and you're welcome to try it because it's a great product. And why it's food security is that dried fruit lasts a long time.
True. And where could we find this dry fruit, or who to contact?
When we market locally, we'll be marketing in the resorts, the hotels, some Chinese stores.
Yes, today we handed over a building and equipment that is used for fruit drying to a group of women called the Toledo Women Food Security Company. This is a group of women who are fishers, or they come from fishing families, associated fishing families. They live here in Punta Gorda town, and this project is specifically to help women to supplement their livelihoods. So these women fish, but they also have an opportunity to come here and dry fruit, package it, sell it, to make additional income to feed their families and to send their kids to school. So really, today we just handed over the building and the equipment. And the value of the building and equipment is $50,000 Belize dollars.
As we mentioned, the Toledo Institute for Development and the Environment is based in Punta Gorda town and works with communities in the Toledo district. The news on the national channel.
Belize Camping Experience would like to thank everyone who makes BCE successful and meaningful.
To our summer camp supporters and volunteers who came from communities across Belize.
To all who supported, contributed,
and volunteered with our Harvest for Kids project.
Funds raised through last year's rice and corn crop will help maintain BCE's children's programs through 2015.
You can also support BCE by buying your bag of Circle R Premium Rice with the Harvest for Kids logo, now in a new package.
Together we can and will make a positive difference in this beautiful country of Belize.
You too can ride off into the sunset. Milon motorbikes are very affordable. There's a high availability for parts and a wide selection of models to choose from. My Milon, my bike. Available countrywide.
Looking in your eyes, I see a paradise. This world that I found is too good to be true. Standing here beside you, want so much to give you this love in my heart that I'm feeling for you.
Let them say we're crazy, I don't care about that. Put your hand in my hand, baby, don't ever look back. Let the world around us just fall apart. Baby, we can make it if we're heart to heart. And we can build this dream together, standing strong forever. Nothing's gonna stop us now. And if this world runs out of lovers, we'll still have each other. Nothing's gonna stop us. Nothing's gonna stop us now.
Warm and mostly dry conditions remain dominating factors in our weather. The general forecast for Belize and her coastal waters is for partly cloudy skies tonight. Showers and thunderstorms will be isolated. Tomorrow will be mostly sunny. Winds over the open sea and along the coast will be easterly to southeasterly at 10 to 20 knots. The sea state will be choppy to moderate. Low temperatures tonight will be around 83 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, 77 degrees Fahrenheit inland, and 72 degrees Fahrenheit up in the hills. High temperatures on Thursday will range from 90 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast to 97 degrees Fahrenheit inland. It will be a warm 84 degrees Fahrenheit up at the exposed areas of the mountain Pine Ridge and along the Maya Mountains in the south. The tides. There will be a high tide at 11 minutes to 1 o'clock in the morning. A low tide follows at 7:38, also in the morning. The sun will rise at 20 minutes to 6 o'clock in the morning. It will set at 6 minutes past 6 o'clock tomorrow evening. The extended forecast, valid through to Friday afternoon, is for similar weather conditions to prevail. And that is a look at the weather with information provided by forecaster Francisca Wellington at the Belize Weather Bureau. Fred continues in the Atlantic Ocean. Here is more in the tropical weather update.
Okay, here's Fred. It's down to 40 miles an hour. It's moving away from land, not a threat, so no big deal. But we just got a measurement in from the Cape Verde Islands there of over a foot of rain, about 13 inches of rain. So tremendous rains there, and they're still certainly going to be recovering for a while from what was Hurricane Fred.
To finalize the news, here are the main points again. House of Representatives approves a settlement agreement for BEL expropriation. Burglary reported in San Pedro town, and in the south, Tide provides economic assistance to women in the Toledo district. With the headlines, we end this edition of the 9 o'clock news. Thank you for joining us. I am Patrick Jones. Have a good evening and a good night.